Is Disney World worth it? That is a big topic of discussion, and some people are gonna tell you no, but I'm gonna tell you why it is. Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as Ivy Winter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. Today I'm gonna be talking about a topic that I think is kind of controversial for some people. Probably not for you guys, because a lot of you do already love Disney, but if you're coming here because you're not sure if Disney is worth it, then, you know, you've probably been asking yourself this question, and you probably get a lot of different answers. There's gonna be the people who love it, who are gonna be like, yeah, duh. And then there's gonna be the people who hate it, who are like, I'd rather go anywhere but Disney. And then there's gonna be people in the middle who are like, maybe. So here's my reasoning for why, yes, I do think Disney World is worth it. But you have to be the right person for it to be worth it. That's kind of my preface to this, right? If you hate theme parks, not worth it. If you would rather go to a different country, not worth it. If you would rather spend money on smaller weekend trips somewhere that's less expensive, you know, and the idea of doing this kind of all encompassing package that's kind of pricey is not really your idea of fun or a way you want to spend your money, then maybe it's not worth it. But if you're sort of in the middle here and you're like, oh, Disney sounds really cool, like I've always wanted to go there, or I want to bring my kids there, or I haven't been since I was younger, but I don't know how much it's changed and is it worth it anymore, then, you know, I might have a few things that could convince you, yes. I mean, the first thing for me about is Disney worth it is, you know, I say yes because of the memories. Every time the flute would come on, I'd be like, oh, Rob would be singing this right now. Is that you actually? Yeah, that's it.
I've got a dream, I've got a dream. See, I think it's cool and vicious as I sing. Though I'm like breaking famers, you can count me with the dreamers. Like everybody else, I've got a dream.
I have been going to Disney since I was a kid, and every time I go, I make new memories. And this is the same for anywhere, right? I mean, you can make memories on any sort of vacation. But I think that there's something really great, especially as a repeat visitor, that I've made these memories in the past, and then I go back with like new friends or family or whatever, and have those moments where you like reminisce. Like I'll be walking around Epcot and, you know, I'll see something specific and I'll be like, oh man, you know, 5 years ago when I was here, XYZ happened in France. And you have a great story to tell, and it kind of just brings up a nostalgia, which is really, really fun. But even if you're only going once, I mean, these are like really awesome memories to make, especially if you have kids. But I think even as an adult, like there's just something really special about the interactions with characters, the experiences on rides, just the overall atmosphere that I think really sticks with you. And I do think that's a big part of Disney vacations, and why a lot of people will say that they love their vacation is more than anything the memories that were made. And again, you know, you could argue this for any sort of vacation. You can say, well, we're gonna go to Spain and, you know, we'll have memories from there too, and that's totally true. But I think there's just something special about that magic of Disney and how that kind of ties into the memories that you make, and it can be really, really awesome. Another reason why I think it's worth it is the guest service. You don't get service like this most places. I don't want to say anywhere, but most places you do not get this kind of service from the people who work there, especially in theme parks. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Six Flags and all those other places that hire totally uncommitted 16-year-olds who don't give a crap and are just trying to have their summer job. And man, I'm just really bitter about Six Flags, I guess. I've never experienced such a consistent, positive customer service anywhere. And granted, I'm not trying to say that every cast member is absolutely perfect. You know, everyone has their off days. I'm sure there's been plenty of complaints. People who go to Disney and have had not so great interactions, but I would like to say that for me, I don't think I've really had any poor cast member interactions. And I've been, geez, I don't know, 14, 15 times now. So I think that the level of guest service that they have is pretty amazing. That's why you hear about it all the time. It's like world renowned. Disney actually goes to other companies like hotels and restaurants and all of that and they train people how to give the kind of customer service that they give. And the nicest thing happened this morning. Walk to the bus stop, Coronado Springs, sit down, wait about 5, almost 10 minutes. Cast member running the bus stop because the bus stop's currently under construction, so they're doing it right out the front. Goes, where are you going? I said, Epcot. She goes, okay, well, I just spoke to the bus and I just want to let you know it's going to be like 20 more minutes. And I'm like, whatever, resign myself to it because I don't have a fast pass until 10 o'clock, which is like now. I'm waiting. And then she walks over to me and she goes, you know what I'm going to do? Because you've been waiting here for so long. I'm going to give you a fast pass. And I was like, what? So she wrote me a fast pass for Epcot, good for anything except for Frozen. And then of course right after that the bus showed up and she was like, oh, and here it is. So thank you, Shelby, cast member that works at Coronado Springs, for giving me that fast pass and making my last day. It really is impressive how much they care about the quality of service. And I mean, walking down Main Street and everyone saying good morning, wearing a happy birthday pin and having a million happy birthdays and maybe even a free dessert or something else really cool from a cast member. Being able to just chat with cast members. You know how many times I've seen someone from Queens and been like, hey, you know, I'm from New York, and you have this whole great conversation that, like, I feel like I don't get those in other places. Like, it's just a place where they just seem so happy to interact with you and have a good conversation, and you know, just the way they go above and beyond, especially if something goes wrong. I've seen people who have ruined clothing and gotten a free t-shirt because something has happened to them. I've seen kids drop ice cream and a cast member immediately buy them a new cone or get them a new cone. You know, just the kind of little things that just make them so much more special, and I don't really see it happen in a lot of other places. And just the general happiness that you get from them, you know, they just are so pleasant, and they just are really good about answering questions, and it's just about trying to make your day a little bit more special. My third reason why I think Disney is worth it is theming. I've never seen theming just so consistently amazing, except for maybe Harry Potter World. And I mean, I owe that to Disney really raising the bar on what they've done and Universal saying, okay, now we need to match that, you know? So it's only a good thing that there's competition between that. Absolutely unbelievable. It's like ridiculously beautiful. But the theming in Disney is just really impressive. And if you take the time to actually stop and read signs, look at details, you know, it's kind of mind-blowing how much detail the Imagineers have put into what they do. And that's something that you have to experience to understand. One of my favorite details, for example, is when you go to the Muppet 3D show, there is a sign that says that there is a key under a mat to let you into one of the rooms. You know, it's part of the decor. Just there's like a sign that says keys under the mat. And if you look under the mat, there's a key. Like, I love that because it is such a small thing to do, and yet it makes it just that much more immersive and realistic. You know, there's just so many cool little things like that. I love the signs around Harambe Village and Animal Kingdom. That's one of my favorite areas for detail and theming. You've got amazingly themed restaurants. I mean, look at Be Our Guest. There's nothing cooler than dining in Beast's Castle and having every single room to like go through. I felt like, you know, a 10-year-old again. It was awesome. So I think if you are somebody who can appreciate attention to detail, if you can appreciate theming, and you can appreciate the time and effort that goes into creating these really themed lands and queues, they do everything they can to make it feel like every area is where you are, you're actually there, you know, you're immersed in this, and that's it. My fourth reason for why I think Disney is worth it, it is always changing. There are always new rides, there's always new restaurants, there's always just new things sort of happening. And, you know, we get into these conversations in the Disney community about, is change good? oh, should we get rid of this? Should we be revamping this ride or removing that scene or adding a new restaurant where an old restaurant was? That all aside, change, I think, is good, and the fact that it's always changing means that if you do come back 10, 15, 20 years later, you're gonna have a very different experience. And even if you come back 2 years later, like right now, before my last trip, Avatar Land didn't exist. Then I went there just recently over the summer. Cool, Avatar Land, a whole new experience, a bunch of new rides, and a whole new area for me to explore. And then this summer, there will be another difference. Now we have Toy Story Land, and then 2019, we're gonna have Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And it's just, even within a year, you know, 2 years at a time, there's just so much change. And it's just really exciting. I mean, even outside of the parks, all the expansions to Disney Springs and the cool new restaurants and bars and all of that that are opening up, like, there's just always something changing. And so it's totally worth it, especially for those people who say like, okay, I haven't been in a really long time, is it worth me even going back? Yes, because you're gonna have totally new experiences you've never had before. And my last reason for why I think Disney World is worth it is there is something for everyone. There really is. If you're an adult and you like cool thrill rides, got Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Expedition Everest. You can bar hop in Disney Springs if that's more of your thing. If you want to do other cool stuff outside of the parks, you can go parasailing, you can go to the spa, you can rent a jet ski. You don't have to just do park stuff. Obviously, if you have kids, awesome. And kids in all age groups have something different. You know, you've got the playgrounds for the smaller kids. You've got Frozen for, you know, the younger, like elementary school set. You've got the cool thrill rides for like the teenagers. You know, even mom and dad and grandma and grandpa can find things that they love. I mean, there is just so much for everyone, and I think that really is the appeal. And I think that's the thing that people don't understand. They see Disney, they think it's a kid's thing. And it could be the furthest thing from the truth. There's just so many different things for so many different age groups and interests and people that I think it is a great all-around vacation, especially for family vacation. If you're vacationing with multiple generations or people with just multiple interests, I guarantee that you can find something for everyone. Those are the top 5 reasons why I think Disney World is worth it. And I know people will argue, you know, we could go somewhere else, or, you know, is a theme park really worth me spending that much money? And I get those arguments and I totally respect them. And I am somebody who loves to travel to other places. You know, I try to go on an international trip once every year and a half, 2 years. But I still go to Disney a couple of times a year, and I still find that worth it, and worth it as much to me as, you know, my honeymoon in Asia or any other trip anywhere else. So I hope that helps a little bit with your decision. If you have any other questions or are on the fence about something with your trip, you can let me know in the comments below. I would love to answer it, whether in the comments or as a video. So that would be awesome. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, then you should subscribe. I put videos out every single week. Some of it's Disney, some of it's wedding planning, some of it's just random me stuff, because why the heck not? So if you want to see that, you should please subscribe. If you want to get notifications when a new video goes out, you should also hit that notification button. It's that little bell underneath there. Some people don't realize that if they want to get instant notifications of new videos, you need to hit that and it'll send it to your email that I put something out there. So if that's what you want, be sure to click that. So thank you guys for watching another Disney video. I always appreciate you guys spending some time with me. Like, when I think about somebody sitting down and deciding to actually like watch a 12-minute video of me talking about stuff, like, that's amazing. You guys are amazing. So thank you, and have a great rest of the day. Bye.